Hello race fans, I am Fuzzy Face and welcome back to this McLaren career on Motorsport Manager. Today we've got Yokohama coming up, the Japanese Grand Prix. It's going to be raining for practice and qualifying, but luckily it's another race where the engine is not too important, so hopefully it's going to be another race where we do quite well. Front wings, low speed corners is crucial. We do have a new front wing that is going in Fernando Alonso's car for this time. I think it's new for this race, it's 1039. We've also managed to build another new front wing. Obviously it can't go in the car this year, but we can get it up to a 1069. So that is going to be the best part for next season. So we're not doing too badly in terms for next season's car. We are currently building a new suspension to get this back up to scratch, but as you can see, well, we haven't actually got the new parts in the car, but we can see we're second at the moment front wing wise. So next season we're going to be in a really strong position to get things going. Hopefully we can do a little bit better and be pushing maybe Red Bull and try to get into the top 3. That is the aim for next season, at least beating Williams. Alonso, meanwhile, he does still have this gun rogue trait. He's got that for 5 weeks further, so might last into Rio de Janeiro, but who knows. It's definitely going to still be there for Phoenix. So for Japan we can't give him any more orders. Nothing. Yeah, we're just going to see. He did quite well in the last race, bossing things by himself. But yeah, so we've worked on the front wing. We don't really have anything else to do to the car. Just try to get things up to scratch, ready for next season. We're building parts for next season. We're not really improving this year's car. So yeah, the other tiny bit of news is that we signed another 5-star sponsor to the team. Rockstar Energy Drink are now on the car. They brought in 800,000, which is an improvement over the last sponsor. We are now making close to 3.2 million per race before bonuses. So that is absolutely amazing here. So we'll get straight to Yokohama here. No news coming in. Go for, we could do that, but we're not destined to use it. And if we finish that high, you see, if we did finish that high, we would be paying some bonuses out to Fernando Alonso of £200,000. We would get £400,000 for finishing that high. We're going to accept Adidas. And we're thinking if we can re-sign Adidas next season, they are sort of our main sponsor on the side of the car. We will be going for a black and white car if we've got Adidas to sort of fit in with the sponsorship package. We'll say that as the thing. We'll go with a black and white car next season. So yeah, we'll jump straight into practice now. We'll come back when it's time for qualifying and then we'll get into the race from there as usual. So stay tuned, a brief second and we'll be back with qualifying. So here we go with qualifying. We're expecting rain. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with a lot of these teams, because I'm guessing a lot of cars don't have a lot of intermediate tyres left, because a lot of them used it. Although it could catch us out here. We've done a lap on the soft tyre. Is the rain? Are we going to be coming back out on inters? Hopefully not. Hopefully we get back out on the softs. It looks like we are. Yes, we get back out on the soft tyres here. The rain stopped late on. Enough to complete a lap. Enough to get both cars into Q2. Yes, it is. And it's Verline, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Grosjean, Palmer out. Pretty much the same as usual. Everyone's sort of recovered there. At the end I thought it might catch a few teams out. But we get both Haas's out. Both Renaults as usual. And this time a Sauber instead of a Toro Rosso out in Q3. Alonso pretty quick. We're within a second of the Mercedes. Jenson Button quite a little bit slower, but his car's not as good. So let's go ahead and sim Q2. Starting out dry. Maybe it's going to be dry for the rest of qualifying, but Alonso not a little bit slower than he was last time out, isn't he? But his temp looks like we're going to make it into Q2. Don't think Ocon's going to be any trouble here, but Button doesn't make it through either. He's in 13th, so it's not too bad from Button, but hopefully Alonso's going to improve on 10th place, although we should see him do that because the computer, they don't seem to bring enough tyres. That should change next season when everything's pre-distributed. It's possibly going to make a change for, and it's raining here for the first lap, probably going to make a change for qualifying because I don't know how many tyres we're going to be allocated. We don't get that choice, so it's going to be interesting his qualifying next season. Alonso currently 8th place. I'm guessing we're going to come back out on the softs. Here we go. We're going to improve. Should improve on the lap of Stroll. Up into 7th. We've hit the sponsor objective. That is brilliant from Alonso. He managed to get into the top 7. More importantly, in front of Perez. Both the Williams down the order again. They do not bring enough tyres with them. They don't bring enough of the softest tyre compound. For some reason, the AI with them just I don't know why he does it, but anyway, that's the way it is. It said it was going to be sunny for the race. We shouldn't be expecting rain during the race. Alonso has to start on his used pair of soft tyres. We didn't get fully accustomed to these because it was raining, but we managed to get 10, 10 and 15 on the intermediates. So what does Alonso have left on these tyres? 4 laps is all we can go to start the race. Right, so we've got 22 laps here, so we're going to have to really two-stop it either way unless we do 2 hard and medium, but that is going to be really slow. So maybe we're going to two-stop on the softs for Button, and for Alonso, he can't do it 2 stops on that. Just have to go soft, medium, soft is Alonso. Hopefully that works out for Jenson Button. Yeah, we can push these tyres as well. Obviously, we can't give Fernando Alonso any team orders for this race, the next race, and maybe the next race after that as well. I'm just not sure whether that's going to cover the 35 days that it is to the penultimate race of the season. But Button, 14th, 15th, he's dropped a couple of places. Alonso, meanwhile, who does have the first lap hero stat, is tearing things up on the first lap here. He's doing really well, but look at that. I'm not taking any team orders from you, and we're going to let him do his own boost as well. But Button now climbs his way back up into 13th place. These tyres, the weather pretty hot. It's 28 degrees, isn't it? So we don't want these tyres getting too hot. We'll turn things down. We'll use a little bit of boost to try and get on the back of Lance Stroll here. And let's try and get past him. See if we can get past or stay in front of the Saubers at least. No room through. When we dive through both of them and get past the Red Bull of Verstappen as well. So now we can turn down. And it looks like we're going to make a run on Ocon here as well. Can't quite get it, but Alonso still up into 4th, and Button just goes past Ocon there. Alonso 4th at the moment. We need to. He's staying pretty cool with these tyres. Raikkonen already coming into the pits. He might get the undercut on us, but we're going to stay out as long as we can on these soft tyres. Button meanwhile doing really well up into 9th place. We're just going to look after his tyres. Although we don't really have to. We can get to about lap 7 on this pair of tyres. That would be decent enough, and then we could possibly undercut the other teams. Carlos Sainz is going to be out for a while on these mediums. Maybe we could get close enough to Perez. Let's cool them down for a lap, and then we'll push him. We'll cool one lap. I don't think it's going to put us too much behind Perez. Perez has already pitted. Perez is going for the undercut already. Although he would do, because yeah, he's got warm tyres as it is. So let's just try and look after these tyres, and then we'll cool them down a little bit, and then we'll push them. We're just holding off Carlos Sainz at the moment. Carlos Sainz. We've got Ricciardo ahead, 8 seconds ahead. Right, so let's get back into attack mode. We don't have to think about the fuel too much at the moment. We'll try and burn off as much as we can, so we have like a lap down on sort of maybe on everyone else, because it looks like the computer will stick to this level that Alonso does. So that will give us a little bit of an advantage speed-wise. And we can just keep this. We'll go one more in overtake mode, and then we can hit the pits on this set of tyres. And then we can pit, and there will be 15 laps left after this, which is tons for this tyre that we've got. Hopefully we don't make a mistake. Alonso, we've not been paying attention to Alonso, have we? What have we done? It's your own fault, Alonso, for going rogue. That's your own fault. Right, soft. Are we catching Alonso here? It shouldn't slow him down too much on it has done. It's slowed Alonso down so much shocking. Buttons are going to beat him round to the pits. That's your own fault, Alonso, for going rogue that we don't pay attention to you. So Button currently leading the race, although he's going to dive into the pits this time round. We're going to come out in medium. Decent pit stop, doesn't slow Alonso down a lot. Button back out into 13th here. We absolutely messed that one up, didn't we? Yep, we messed Alonso up. Can't do what about it. He's going to have to be happy with it. I'm not saying anything else about it. So Button 12th. Hopefully we can recover and get back into the points here. We're behind Massa, Ocon, We lost too much time with Alonso, didn't we? Lewis Hamilton sets a new fastest lap. Alonso, meanwhile, is he still pushing? Yes, he is. We've got a lot of boost with Button left. So wait until we get onto the back of these. Are we hitting a straight at some point? Could we push enough to get past them down this straight? Yeah, we'll push when we get to this corner and go down the straight. So we hit this bend, we come around here, and then we can boost. Is that going to be enough to get us past these two cars? It is. That's brilliant from Button, who is up into 5th place. Button now on the back of the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel. Looks like we're going to have enough to get past him. We're going to have to start thinking about recovering this fuel now, aren't we? Have to go for that. Use a little bit of the boost. And still 5th place. Alonso is up into 9th. Come on, Button, we can do this. So let's go back to Alonso. Sort of ignoring him because I'm trying to pay as much attention to get Button as high up the field as we can. Sort of makes us forget about his pit stops though, doesn't it? We've learned that. It's something not to do in future races. Don't forget about him too much. So we keep an eye on his tyres. 46%, 48% for Button. And let's try and cool these down a little bit. We'll try and get back into the optimum temperature. And we're going to boost down the straight again as we did. We're 1.5 seconds behind Vettel. So if we use the boost down this straight, we should be under a second behind him then. But then he's going to use his boost as well. He's going to negate that. So hopefully we can stick around to this position. Bottas, so we'll probably fall behind Bottas. Raikkonen, meanwhile, will probably go behind him as well. So should we push what we got left? 8 laps remaining. So should we get in this lap? Not the other car. Yeah, well, we will do because they're on the slower tyre. We'll go overtake mode now. 6 laps to recover this fuel so we can run high into the pits as well. Alonso, meanwhile, how far is he behind? We're not going to double stack, are we? Well, we might leave him out. He's going low with his tyres. What can he do off this? 8 laps as well. Well, no, we'll get him in as well. He's in control of his own destiny here, is Alonso. Can he recover something from 9th place? But meanwhile, up into 4th, where we're going to be at when we come out of the pits here. We're going to get our pit stop set up now for Jenson Button. Here we go. Going to boost from this point into the pit. Tyres just about worn. In we come. We'll go medium out. We need to go medium on the fuel on the way out. Where are we going to filter back out? 9th place, but we've got a few that still have to make pit stops. So maybe we can make up the gap to Ricciardo as well, because he is on a really warm pair of medium tyres. So maybe we can push this tyre from here. We'll keep using the little bit of boost that we've got. Alonso has come out in a 20th. I don't know what happened to him. What happened to Alonso? I have no idea. Did he have a bad pit stop? I'm not sure, but there. 7th place for Button. Carlos Sainz still has to come into the pits. We're going to get past him. Can we get past Ricciardo as well? Ricciardo's still out front on that really warm pair of medium tyres. And we're losing. We're actually gaining on Raikkonen at the moment. That's Sainz in the pits. Let's use a little bit of boost. We're still gaining here. Tyres pretty hot. Let's cool them down a little bit. Although I don't think we're going to be able to cool them down even in medium, are we? And we don't really want to conserve this tyre because we've got a lot of this tyre left. Alonso, meanwhile, has climbed up into 14th place. Doesn't look like Alonso's going to be into the points. He's battling with Raikkonen. Raikkonen dropping way down the order. Alonso's really struggling to get back up the order here. There's a lot of gap back here. Ricciardo did manage to get back out in front. Let's just push this tyre. Let's go for it. We'll push it even though we know it's going to get hot. We don't have to worry about tyre wear, but neither does Ricciardo. But we've got Vettel on a slower tyre. Maybe we can go ahead and catch him. We are lapping almost a second quicker than him, so Vettel is in range. 4th place is in range here for Jenson Button. Let's just have a quick look at Alonso. He's 12th. He's battling with Verstappen at the moment. He's on a quicker tyre, although the soft tyre is worn a little bit more. But it doesn't look like Alonso's going to get into the points, whereas Button, meanwhile, we might be able to get past Vettel. If we save this boost down for the next corner, down for the next straight along the pit lane, maybe we can get him. Let's try and get a little bit closer before we get there. And then we're going to have to use this boost. We're starting to fall behind him, so it looks like 5th place for Button. Alonso, meanwhile, in 11th place. He's still got Verstappen in his sights. I don't know if he's going to be able to get him. And we're on the last lap now with Button. His tyres almost shot. He's managed to recover the fuel. Maybe we can go high mode, but we've got no real chance of catching. No real chance of catching Vettel. And there we go, 5th for Button. Alonso, meanwhile, we messed up his pit stop. He wanted to go rogue. We weren't paying attention to him. He finishes a little bit further down the order. Possibly lost about 10 seconds though. He didn't lose that much time. Used on a worn tyre. It was about half a lap. So it would have been around the same, I would guess. Because he only lost time on maybe a lap. And a worn pair of tyres is usually 10 seconds, you're usually down, is what the text files say. So it would have just been in the points. It wouldn't have been many more points, but a decent result for JB this time. Makes a nice change for him to actually perform better in the race. We still got the sponsor objective. We still got 10 points. Force India only got 1 car in the points, which is alright. So the mistake didn't cost us that much. We just need to remember, whilst Alonso has gone rogue, we need to still pay attention to his pit stops. Just my eyes. I've got quite a big PC monitor. It's what is this? I think it's nearly 30 inches. My eyes weren't diverted to the bottom right corner at all, so I just totally forgot about his pit stop. Not having to look at him and change his fuel strategies and whatnot. We still came 4th overall, which is good. We're still going to pick up look at that, nearly £3.8 million. All this money flowing into the team, absolutely brilliant. And we've got Ferrari now, 21 points in front, 21 points behind Williams. We shouldn't be able to catch that. But more importantly, Force India now behind us. We're going to match the pre-season target that we were set by Zach Brown, the one that we accepted for 5th place. That is what we're going to be able to match. Let's just have a quick look at the mail. And hopefully this isn't another stupid. Jenson Button was beaten by Lewis Hamilton today. Would you consider bringing him in next season? Yeah, it would. If we went with this, it would give us the boost that Lewis Hamilton. We don't really need to give our drivers morale. If we do this though, it would give Lewis Hamilton the little stat that comes up that he would be willing to sign with us. And there we see. Driver is open discussing terms with you. So could we get Lewis Hamilton, because he is unhappy at Mercedes. Could we get Lewis Hamilton back into the fold? It would cost a hell of a lot of money to do so. He is interested, but we do actually have the money. Could we have next season Alonso and Lewis Hamilton battling it out? It's an interesting prospect, but I don't really want to let Jenson Button go. And we would have to save a lot of money, because it's going to cost us £12 million to do it. But maybe leave a comment if you would be interested in seeing that. Swapping JB22 out for Lewis Hamilton, but it would be interesting to see Hamilton back at Mercedes, back at McLaren. No, I'm sort of against it, but if there's enough interesting that you want to, people do want to see that, we would possibly go for it. But the long-term plan maybe is, once this contract's running down of Max Verstappen, is that we're going to possibly go for Max Verstappen in the McLaren, and we're going to have Alonso and Max Verstappen. Alonso acting as like the mentor for Verstappen just before he retires, and then going with Verstappen and maybe someone else before Mick Schumacher's ready. But anyway, that's where we're going to leave this episode. We've got Phoenix coming up next time. The engine is crucial, so we might not be doing as good in that race. But anyway, until next time, I will see you down the road in America for the Phoenix Grand Prix. But until then, goodbye.